Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And I'm back with another recap of Zatima Season 2, Episode 4, Temperature Rising. So it starts off with Paul and Fatima stuck in the elevator. And Fatima left her phone downstairs in her office. So Paul pulls out his radio and lets one of his workers know that, like, listen, can you hurry up? Because, we're stuck and we got things to do. And he was like, yeah, we're working on it. So the guy on the other end is working on it, and the elevator starts to stumble and shake. And next thing you know, I guess Fatima done took her shoes off by that time because she was complaining her feet hurt. And just as the doors open, the elevator shook. All you see is Paul trying to catch Fatima from falling. And Zach pulls up to the elevator door. So before Zach gets to the elevator, Nathan and Tony, they're talking to Zach, and Zach was like, listen, y'all can all go. So Nathan goes on about his business, and Tony decides to stay back and talk to Zach. So Tony gives him his 2 cents about the situation, I guess how he's feeling, like what happened with Bryce and stuff like that. He was like, listen, don't worry about it. So he said what he said, he left, and then Zach decided he's gonna leave, and that's how he ends up going to Fatima's job. Okay, and that's how he's there when the elevator opens. So now all you hear is Zach say, what the like, and then he gets into the elevator and presses the button. Next thing you know, they're stuck again. And Fatima tried to tell him, like, listen, nothing happened. We got stuck in the elevator. The elevator shook. I took my shoes off. I stumbled. He tried to catch me. That is all. And Zach do not want to hear nothing she got to say. And he was like, what the F is going on? And listen, next thing you know, Paul, at this time, Fatima was like, listen, I'm done. I'm tired. Like, she's basically tired of explaining herself about what happened. Like, you clearly see what happened. You walked into what happened. Like, listen, nothing happened, nothing like that, whatever. So she's like, she's done. So now Zach is trying to talk. And he was like, remember you said you were done, right? So you shouldn't be saying nothing. So he said something to him. Next thing you know, words were thrown towards each other. Paul ends up hammering up Zach against the wall of the elevator. And he was like, listen, I'm going to let him go. Fatima was like, let him go. He don't mean no harm. This is not him. He's a good guy, whatever the case may be. But whatever. Paul said what he got to say. Eventually, Fatima says again, let him go. Paul lets Zach go. And Paul goes back to where he was at, his space. And Zach turns around to fix his clothes or whatever the case may be. Like, yeah, I'm good, whatever. Say your piece and that's whatever. Next, Paul says something to him. Zach walks up like, yeah, I'm good. Next, boop, Zach done headbutted the guy and he done fell onto the floor. And now Dan had told him that they're working on the elevator to get again. Next, they still trying to get out of the elevator. And like a few minutes done pass and the elevator opens. And Zach like, listen, let me get out of the elevator before I kill somebody. So now Fatima, she got to deal with Paul. Now she got to deal with Zach. And she was like, I'm so sorry, Paul. And Zach, let's go. So they leave out the elevator. And that's that. Moving right along, we got Angela. She goes to see Belinda. Belinda has this podcast that she's working on. And they're talking and chopping it up. Supposedly, there's this video. Just so happens to be of Zach. So they're talking about that. And yeah. So now Belinda, she feels as if, Fatima was wrong with how she handled things. And she was telling her, listen, I gotta go have dinner with Fatima because, it shouldn't be all 3 of us having dinner, but whatever the case may be. But Belinda was like, listen, I'm just trying to help out, just trying to show her how her man was. But whatever, that's not your job. Fatima's old enough, she can find out things about her man on her own, like she been doing. So, Angela was like, yeah, you shouldn't do that, whatever the case to be. So eventually Angela leaves for whatever reason. Angela, she's messy. If y'all haven't noticed by now, Angela is messy, messy, messy. On all fronts, messy. So, she leaves, I believe. Yeah, she goes back to head to work. Belinda, she makes this face like, yeah, whatever. And she ends up uploading the video because I guess Angela sent it to her. Like, she's messy. Angela sends Belinda the video of Zach and I guess the altercation, whatever happened. And she ended up posting it on her page. So now Angela gets back to the office and she gets out and she sees Bryce. Bryce trying to talk to her. She not giving him no time of day. She basically giving him the cold shoulder. And she feels a certain type of way like he's gay. He's a down low brother. And she don't want no parts of that. So she's been avoiding him. And then he was like, listen, I'm going to call you. And if not, I'm going to show up at your house. She was like, listen, I'm going to call you. Relax. She gets in the elevator and she goes on about her day. So now Bryce is like, well, whatever, okay. I guess she goes upstairs to his office or whatever the case may be. So now we have, I believe, Angela and Fatima meet up for drinks or whatever after work. Mind you, the boys are now at the courts playing ball. Zach is feeling all over the place. Motions is running high, left, right, whatever. He's running high. So the boys are at the court playing ball, whatever the case may be. And they notice that Zach is off his game a little bit, but they ain't trying to put the pressure on him. And they just let him do his thing. Next thing you know, Nathan spots Connie. I believe Nathan set Connie up to go there in the first place. So he's like, listen, go handle your boy and see where his head is at. So she goes over to talk to him, and she talks about how she used to play ball, how they used to, get down. He was like, listen, yeah, I'm engaged now, and I got time for this, She be saying her little slick, witty remarks to him, and he catched on. He was like, listen, I'm good, you good, Any other time, for another lifetime, I would have been on, took advantage of this, but right now, I'm engaged. I can't do that. So he basically has the ball in front of his balls. Woo! So he basically has the basketball in front of his balls, and she's still trying to touch on him and everything. Like, keep throwing herself at him, and he was like, listen, nah, you stay right here. I'm gonna go. I got my bag right there. I'm about to go. You stay right there. Keep your hands right there. I'm about to go. So he walks off, and she's still standing there. He goes to talk to Nathan and Tony, and he was like, listen, I know you was up to this, Nathan. Like, why would you do that? Like, listen. He said what she wanted. He was like, listen, y'all two play with each other's balls. And he grabs his ball, basketball, and his bag, and he leaves. So, mind you, Zach done made it back home by then. Now, Angela and Fatima is at the bar having drinks, and Fatima was like, have you seen this video? And she was like, yeah, the one of Zach and whatever. And she was like, yeah, because Belinda has it now. And she's like, yeah, because I sent it to her. Like, she is so messy. She done messed up Fatima's day, appetite, whatever. And Fatima was like, listen, I'm not in the mood to eat right now. So she ended up leaving. And that's that. Now Angela's sitting there nursing 2 drinks. She is messy. Messy. Hold on. Yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah, she's basically sitting there nursing 2 drinks. Mind you, at this time, Fatima's now in her car. Zach done pulled up in his driveway, and he see Deja there, and he's trying to help her. But at the same time, he don't want to help her. And she's in her car with her neck brace on. She was like, listen, I need help. I went to I guess, a therapy or somebody, and they end up dropping me. So now I'm really hurt. So he tries to get out the car to help her. And mind you, at this time, Fatima's driving on her way home, I guess. And she gets a phone call, and it's her mom. Her mom was like, listen, how are things? I sent the care package to your house, and it's returned to sender. Said you haven't been there in 3 weeks due to the landlord. And she was like, dang, why people always tell her business? But whatever the case would be. So now her mom was like, listen, I heard you was talking about this guy you was in a relationship with named Zach. Like, how you know his name is Zach? But whatever. her mom was asking her questions, and she basically dodged her. She was like, listen, I can't talk to her right now. I got to get ready to go back to work. So her mom was like, listen, before she ended the call, she was like, listen, I want you and Zach to come over for dinner, hopefully this weekend. She was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then she was like, listen, my boss is calling and I gotta go. So she was like, yeah, we're gonna talk about this sooner or later. So they both got off the phone. Next thing you know, Zach done pulled Deja out the car, and Deja's all on him doing the most. And Fatima's mama done pulled into the garage, pulled into his driveway. And she gets out. She was like, hey, how are you, Zach? He was like, yeah. And he was like, who are you? Next thing you know, she said Fatima's mother, Mona Wilson. Zach dropped Deja with the heartbeat. She's like, oh my God, you just dropped me. Yeah, so now seeing Fatima's mother is a sight for sore eyes. Oh, I wonder if she gonna tell Fatima what really went down. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, this is so good. Oh my God, this is so good. Yeah, I can't wait. Y'all gotta catch up on Zatima. Like, y'all are missing out on all this juiciness. Like, what in the world? Y'all definitely gotta check it out. Y'all can catch it on BET Plus. Every Thursday, two new episodes drop. So next week, y'all better stay tuned because we got episodes 5 and 6. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recap of episode 4 of season 2. Zatima, temperature rising. I wonder. I can't wait to see what happens next. Fatima, her mother, and Zach. That's going to be juicy. Can't wait. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.